Hey guys, this is Amour. I'm back with a brand new beginner-friendly crochet tutorial. We're gonna make this Mario Mushroom Amigurumi. It's fun to make it in all sort of different colors. You can make a power-up, a one-up, a blue mushroom, an orange mushroom, even a poisonous mushroom. Alright, what are we waiting for? Let's get started! Here are the materials you'll need. First, we will get the yarn onto our hook with a slip knot, so you can get 2 fingers out. We're going to wrap the yarn around and make an X. You're going to insert your hook right here. And then this tail end, you're going to go underneath it. And then you're going to continue to pull up. So it releases and then it'll tighten and you will make a slip knot for your hook right here. Now for round 1, we are going to chain 2. So we're going to do 1 chain here and we're going to do another chain right here. And for our first round, we are going to do 6 single crochet stitch into our very first chain stitch right here. So you're going to insert your hook, wrap the yarn, come back out, yarn over, and come back out through both loops. And that is our first single crochet stitch completed. And we need to make 6 of these, so I have 5 more to go. So here's my second one. Yarn over, come back out, yarn over and come back through both too. That is my second single crochet stitch. Here's my third one. And here's number 4. Here's my 5th single crochet stitch. And here is my 6th single crochet stitch. Okay, and as you go, it might loosen up and create this big hole right here, but it's okay because we're just going to grab this part and pull it in. And it should pull it tight together so that there's no hole there. And if we count our stitches, we are going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I like to use a bobby pin to mark the end of this round, which is right here. So you're just going to go ahead and push it through, and this will be our stitch marker. Now for round 2, we want to do 2 single crochet stitch in each stitch around. So at the end, you'll have 12 single crochet stitches. So for our very next stitch, you're going to skip this one because that doesn't count as a stitch. And we are going to go to this stitch right here, which looks like a V right here. And you're going to insert it underneath both. So you can see right here that it's through both of the loops right there. So now I'm going to do my single crochet stitch right here. And then into the very same stitch, I'm going to do my 2nd single crochet stitch. Okay, so now for our next stitch right here, I'm going to do 2 single crochet stitch again. So you're going to insert your hook, yarn over, come back out, yarn over and come back out. I did 1 here. I need to do a 2nd single crochet stitch right here. Okay, and then you continue to do 2 in each stitch around until you get to the very last stitch where you will also do 2. So let's complete this round. When you get to the end of this round 2, we are going to move our stitch marker and put it in the very last stitch that we did. Now when we count around round 2, we should have 12 single crochet stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Round 3, our pattern is going to be 2 single crochet stitch here, 1 single crochet stitch, 2, 1, 2, 1, and continue the pattern around. So here for our first one right here, I'm going to do a single crochet stitch, and in our same stitch I'm going to do another one. So that's 2 there. Now it's just going to be 1 in this stitch right here. It's going to be 2 here, so that's 1, 2, and then just 1. Okay, continue to repeat the pattern around. Now when we get to our very last stitch, it should just end in 1 single crochet stitch there. Now I have finished my round 3 and I should have 18 single crochet stitches. So if I count, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 stitches completed. For round 4, my pattern is going to be 2 and then 1, 1. 2 single crochet stitch, 1, 1, and repeat the pattern all the way around. So here in our very first stitch here, I'm going to do 2 single crochet stitch and then just 1 and 1 in my next one. 2 here, 1, 2, and then just 1 and 1, and continue to repeat the pattern all the way around, and you will have 24 single crochet stitches at the end. For round 5, our pattern is going to be 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, and repeat the pattern around. So this is going to be 2 here. That's 1 and 2, and then just 1, 2, and that's my third one right there. Now I'm going to do 2 here again, 1, 2, and my next 3 I'm just going to do 1, 1, 2, 3, and continue to repeat the pattern all the way around, and you'll have 30 single crochet stitches at the end. Now for round 6, our pattern is going to be 2, and in our next 4 it's just 1. And then 2, and our next 4 just 1, and continue to repeat all the way around. And you'll have 36 single crochet stitches at the end. So that's 1 and 2, and then that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's going to be 2 here, 1 and 2, and just 1, 2, 3, and 4, and continue the same pattern around. Now for rounds 7 through 10, we are just going to stay at 36 single crochet stitches, so it's just going to be 1 in each stitch around. So you're just going to do 1 in each stitch around. So go ahead and work that up for round 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now at the end of 10 rounds, this is how your mushroom cap should look like. So if we count, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. For round 11, we are going to increase to 38 single crochet stitches. So the pattern is going to be 2. And then in the next 17 stitches, you're just going to do 1 single crochet stitch in each. So, okay, we're going to do 2 here. That's 1 and 2. And now in our next 17, just 1. So that's 1, 2, now we're going to repeat that one more time, 2, and then 17 again. So that's 1, 2. Okay, so when you get to the end of this round, the last 17th stitch should end in our very last stitch right here. And at the end, you should now have 38 single crochet stitches. Now for round 12, we want to decrease now and go back to 36 single crochet stitches. So to do a decrease, in our next stitch, we're going to insert our hook, yarn over and come back out. And then we're going to go into our next stitch right here, yarn over and come back out. So now you should have 3 loops right there, yarn over and come back out through all 3. So that's a decrease, so that's 2 stitches going into 1 stitch right there. And then, so we did a decrease, and then in our next 17 stitches, we're just going to do 1 single crochet stitch again. So that's 1, 2, 3, 17, and we want to repeat the pattern again. So we're going to do a decrease here. Okay, we're going to do a decrease right here. And then in the rest of this 17 stitches left, you're just going to continue to do 1 single crochet stitch in each stitch around. Now for round 13, we want to decrease from 36 single crochet stitches which we have right now, to 24 single crochet stitch. So our pattern is going to be a decrease, then a single crochet stitch, decrease, single crochet stitch all the way around. Okay, so I'm going to do a decrease here. Okay, and then just a 1 single crochet stitch and decrease again, and then just a single crochet stitch in the next one, and continue to repeat the same pattern all the way around. And at the end, you should have 24 single crochet stitches. So at the end of round 13, you should now have 24 single crochet stitches, and this is how your mushroom cap should look like so far. For round 14, we are going to want to decrease to 18 single crochet stitches. So our pattern is going to be a decrease and a single crochet stitch, single crochet stitch. So a decrease, single crochet stitch all the way around. Okay, so let's go ahead and work up our stitches. Here's the decrease here, and then we're gonna have 1 single crochet stitch and then 1 again here. Okay, we're gonna repeat our pattern. So decrease and just 1 and 1. Okay, continue to repeat this pattern all the way around. and I will meet you at the end of the round. So here is our mushroom cap completed, which is actually going to be this side up later. So now we just want to get a long tail and cut it off, and then you'll want to pull it out, and here is our mushroom cap completed. For the mushroom circle with white yarn, you are going to do 2 chain. It's 1 and 2. And in our very first round, we are going to do 6 single crochet stitch into the very first chain right here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, be sure to close up your little hole right there. And don't forget to put in your stitch marker in our very last stitch. For round 2, our pattern is going to be 2 single crochet stitch in each stitch around. So at the end, you should have 12 single crochet stitches. Okay, now you're going to skip that first loop right there because that's not a stitch. Okay, and so we're going to do 2 here. That's 1 and 2. Okay, and we're going to do 2 in this stitch as well. And at the end, we should now have 12 single crochet stitches. For round 3, our pattern is going to be 2, 1, 2, 1 all the way around, and we should have 18 single crochet stitches at the end. So it's going to be 1 and 2 and just 1. Okay, go ahead and repeat 1 and 2 and 1. And continue to repeat the pattern around. So if we count, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So, and then I actually like to do a slip stitch to finish this off. And then you'll want to cut a long tail so that we can sew it on later. And here is our circle completed, and you'll want to make 4. Okay, now for the mushroom stalk with white yarn, you're actually going to repeat the same as the circle for rounds 1 through 3, except at the end of round 3, we're not going to finish off and we're going to continue. So now for round 4 for the stalk, I'm going to want to increase to 20 single crochet stitches, but I want to do that actually in the back loop. So before we used to go through both loops, but now this is the front loop here and this is the back loop here. I want to go into the back loop only, so there should be only one here. I'm going to go ahead and do an increase here. So that's 1 single crochet stitch, and then in the same stitch I'm going to do my second one. Okay, and actually let me put in my stitch marker in my last round before I forget. And then in my next 8 in the back loop only, I'm going to do single crochet stitch. So that's 1. Okay, and then in the back loop only, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I'm going to repeat the pattern. I'm going to do 2 here, and in my next 8, just 1 in the back loop only. So that's 1 and 2 Okay, so now I should have 20 single crochet stitches, and because I did the back loop, I can fold it upwards a little bit, and then it will also create a ridge around here. And I like to do that because later when I make the mushroom stand up, it'll stand up a bit easier because it has this ridge right here. Now for rounds 5 and 6, we are going to stay at 20 single crochet stitches. So we're just going to go ahead and do 1 single crochet stitch in each stitch around. So go ahead and work up these 2 rounds, and I will meet you at the end. Now for our very last round, which is round 7, I'm going to want to decrease from 20 to 18 single crochet stitches. So my pattern is going to be a decrease, and then in the next 8, just 1 single crochet stitch. But now we're going to go to both loops, and then just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, now I'm going to do a decrease again, and then just in my next 8, I'm just going to go ahead and do single crochet stitch all the way around. And at the end, I should now have 18 single crochet stitches. And this one I can go ahead and just cut a short tail. And at the end, this is how your mushroom stalk should look like. Okay, and here are all my parts, and I've gone ahead and I've stuffed my mushroom cap and my mushroom stalk, and we're ready to move on to part 2 of our video, which I show you how to assemble all these parts together. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and link to the video up here as well as in my description. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you next video.